Yo, what's up, guys? It's GM Drain Gretzky here, back with another episode of our Vancouver Canucks GM mode. Fresh off the Stanley Cup. We just went through the off season, and now we're just gonna get into a bit of the next season as much as we can done, and see if we can hopefully make the playoffs for next year. That'd be nice. So, anyways, boys, let's get into it. We just signed Brandon Saad on a huge $10 million deal. So let's see. Really what we did was we lost Gustav Nyquist to free agency and replaced him with Nikita Scherbak, who grew significantly, and with Tanner Pearson not coming back, we replaced him with Brandon Saad. So if you ask me, we did do a bit of an upgrade now that Besser will play on the first line. Horvat's now playing third line, but I don't think that matters too much. Scherbak second line with Barchi. That's a really good third line. Goal scoring as well. If we need Virtanen, Tierney, and Mike McCarron down there playing well. They just play defense. That's all we need them for. So Heiskanen still has a yet to grow like Juolevi has. 88 now. Justin Schultz playing on the first line with Juolevi, Ben Hutton, Heiskanen, and then Stetchers and Myers, who has grown a bit, which is nice to see. And in goal, did we sign a goalie? I don't think we did. Ooh, that is a bit of a problem. So I think it's time for Thatcher to finally come into his own and become the starting goalie. But otherwise, we don't really have the money to go after like someone like Craig Anderson again. So we're just going to have to settle for a decent backup that we can buy with $4 million. So let's see what we can get. We can get Yado Halak. That's fine. I'm good with that. He's good. He can be streaky in the playoffs, as we've seen before. Maybe not as streaky as Craig Anderson, but we'll see. So we'll go into the regular season here. Halak's with us now. That's good. So we got a backup goalie better than the one we had before. And we can also quickly check the AHL line, see what prospects are improving, how Lafreniere and Carpentier are good prospects, the next generation after Pedersen, Juolevi, Heiskanen, and Demko are doing, and just get just a feel. So let's go ahead and scout Western Canada, get some good prairie boys, down there in Alberta and stuff, see what they got down there, But I really think this is a season where we can win the Stanley Cup. Last season, I obviously I thought about it, but I didn't think it would actually happen. But hey, we won the Stanley Cup, so who knows? We've improved the team. Maybe we've lost one or two pieces, but otherwise, last year I guess we did have Beaulieu, which helps, but really we have Myers, who's a little worse. And now Heiskanen has grown. Hopefully he can stay healthy. We got Halak and Demko. But Demko's went up, so that's not too bad. Kind of replaces a bit of Craig Anderson. Hopefully he can play good. And we go into the AHL. Virtanen's now actually in the AHL with Chaput, Cole Lind. Hopefully those guys grow. Or here, just a lot of prospects, which is nice. Not AHL players, really. Like Darren Archibald's still there. He's a legend. But otherwise, we're doing okay, I think. In the NHL, we got Reed Boucher back. We did get someone back. Who is this? Hanula. Wow. I don't know where this guy came from, but he's now suddenly a really good player. It's dropped. So we have all 80s, which is nice to see. I don't think we have a single 70 on our team, which is good. We just have nice, balanced, and spread out, which is awesome. So hopefully we can get some wins here. That's what I'm, looking for. So we'll go ahead and, as usual, just sim up to January 1st, see how we're doing, assess our position, and, are we should we sell maybe if we're not doing well? Should we, get a rental, just like we did last year with Tanner Pearson, as we win, big against the Sharks, going back. Oh yeah, baby, this is what I like to see. Now we're talking. We're cooking with gas. Down there in the AHL, they're playing good. So are we up here in the NHL? We'll go to best lines. It doesn't really matter too much anymore. Oh, and that's a huge loss. That's a big crash. So offense goes crazy, and then Buffalo's offense goes crazy and scores 10 goals against us. So that'll definitely hike up the goals against average. But whatever, really. Hopefully this is Thatcher that's playing good and getting these shutouts, not Halak. Then we're going to have to put Halak in the net. So going up against New Jersey. Can we get a win here? Good year for rookies apparently. As our AHL team is undefeated through 10 games. Only one overtime or shootout loss, so they're playing good. Our NHL team is playing alright, but we always start off the season not amazing. 7-3-2 is still pretty good. But, we never really start amazing. Going up against Tampa. Tampa, who is very hot in this season. I mean, they got a really good team. You can't mess with that core. Nemastenkinov, Stamkos, Kucherov. I mean, I guess we can because we just won. And we crushed the Capitals 9-2 and followed up with a shootout loss. But Carolina, the team that we just beat in the Stanley Cup Finals, we win 6-5. Now the team's cooking good. Now we're going again. Zemberchi's back. Nope, and that's a loss. Nikita Sherbak's back. We had a couple injuries, I think, in that game. So now they're coming back. 4-0 win against Dallas. That's a couple shutouts, actually, that we've had now, which is nice to see. Another loss. Come on, boys. That's 4 and 5. I don't like seeing that. Ottawa, we get a win. They're not doing good. Yeah, of course we can. Montreal, they're doing well, too. Can we get a dub? Scouting assignment. Again, can't ignore scouting, let me tell you. You need your prospect. We've built a good prospect pool now. I'm happy. Like this Ulfanula, I'm not really sure where we drafted him. I think a 4th or 5th round pick. And now he's an 83 overall. So that's nice to see. He's jumped up big time. As we lose 3 straight. Come on, boys. Marcus Granlund. Win against the Sharks. Good. Gaidovich, he's gained a bit of morale. That's nice. Okay. Assistant coach, you know what you're doing, I hope. Who is this Pispanen, the guy? They keep offering me him for a 4th and a 5th. Do I want this trade? Probably not, I would say. Oh, they want Pispanen. He's a low top 6 for a 4th and a 6th. Get rid of the 5th and he's yours. How about get rid of the 6th and he's yours? How about give me a 5th and he's yours? Because really, a low top 6, I'm not going to sign that guy. I can get way better prospects. Way better. Oh, I just removed it. But yeah, I don't see a need for him. So we'll go for the 5th round pick. You guys want to do that? There we go. So I'll take a 5th round pick for a player that we were never going to sign and just let go to free agency anyway. So we continue on. We win against Florida, who we just made the trade with. Win against Philadelphia, 6-3. Win against Colorado. That's what I like to see. Can we win all games that week? Yeah, we can. 18-10-5. Now we're playing decently good again. I like seeing this from the boys. We play good. Not so streaky. Just consistently, win. That's 5 in a row. If we make it 6 in a row against Dallas, they're good. No, we can't. Shootout loss. That's not bad, though. You still get a point. Boston's doing really good. If you saw their record, it was like 23-6 and like a couple overtime losses, so I'm not complaining with that. Minnesota here. We get a win against Minnesota. Smashville, they're playing good. Demko, he's back. Oh, he wasn't even playing there. Could it have been Demko is why we lost a couple games there? I don't know, maybe. But looking, oh man, that is nice to see. I already see Saad's got 47 points in 38 games. That's where you want, your players to be. Really, like no one else is really almost point per game. I guess Ualavi is, which is really good for a defenseman. Bo Horvat's up there, even though he's playing, I think, 2nd or 3rd line. I think 3rd line. This Ulfanula guy, he was drafted 6th round, and he's playing like a beast. Pedersen, really all these guys are coming through. I think rotating 4 good lines is nice, and they're getting good points. I mean, Saad's doing amazing. If we go to goalies, let's check how those guys are doing. Thatcher Demko, he's playing okay. Same with Halak. I mean, Halak could be better, but I'm not really complaining. Excuse me. As we go to the entire league, let's see who's leading. So Saad's up there with the top point getters. That's good to see. Patrick Kane, McDavid, as you'd expect. Really, some players are improving. I haven't seen this really. Like Pasternak getting to 93, McDavid getting to a 98. That is ridiculous how high he's gotten. But we'll continue, I think, to the trade deadline. And even honestly, I don't even think we need to go. I really like how our team is. I think sticking with the same guys is just going to, build that friendship. Maybe if we get a trade for a defenseman, I might consider it. But otherwise, I don't see anyone who could be a huge improvement on Myers. Maybe a couple overall, but really, is that worth it? I don't think so. It depends on when the deal comes. If it's a good deal, and I think maybe we should do it, if we get a couple injuries, then maybe it's worth it as we go ahead and lose. But a 6-0 win, as we are the Canucks, what they do is, I don't know why, but just score 7 goals in a game randomly every once in a while. So keep the defenses, or keep the goalies honest, So we get, we're winning now. Winning a couple games. We get another 7-2 victory here. This is where the team usually heats up. I'd like to say Ulfanula, he's back. Ulf the Wolf. Get our scouting done. We're almost done with our North American scouting here. So now we're going up against St. Louis, who we beat last year in the conference finals with Elias Pettersson's late clutch goal and then the OT goal. We win a couple more. 1 overtime loss, I don't mind. Golden Knights, we win against them. Calgary, can we beat them too? I'm hoping. Heiskanen's back. That's nice to see. Hopefully he still has his trade value in case he doesn't really turn out, because he's only an 84, which is good, but I was expecting an elite. He was, I think, 80 overall when he was 19, so I was expecting him to go to, 91, 92 maybe even, kind of like where Uolavi is, being an 88, so really unfortunate, but I think he still has time to grow, so it's not, to be worried about excessively. Our AHL team is doing almost as good, actually probably doing better than the big club here. We're just winning games in both franchises, which is nice to see. 36-14-8, 39-14-5. That's pretty good. We lose against St. Louis there. We got a game against the Habs here. Seems that the game has slowed down a bit. Hopefully we didn't get offered a trade here and it takes 10 years to sim through. This is the only one problem. But I can go ahead and cut this out later. So you guys don't have to sit through this. But actually, I you know what? I think this is actually, no, okay, we're still good. We're going. That's nice to see. So let's go ahead and simulate up until the end of the year and then get this over with. So St. Louis now, we're going up against them. Can we get this victory? Yep, we can. Arizona now, not doing good in real life right now. Can we get a win against them? They're not doing good either. Nice, 3-1 victory. Vegas now. Vegas isn't playing good, so I think we can get a victory over them. Lose to Calgary, that's okay. 3-2 win against Colorado. Carolina. Blank 'em. Hopefully that was Thatcher in there doing that. 7-3 against Washington, another huge win. Shootout loss, really not the worst. We could, I wouldn't, if we could get 50 wins in this season, we just got to get 7 more games that we win. So that's not really that far, considering we have 3, 7, 11, and probably like about 15 games left. So we can definitely get this done. We can probably even do it if we get on a bit of a hot streak in this month, as we lose another game. Nice to see. Couple players injured, and we can get one back. That's 2 in a row. Buffalo, they're kryptonite. They beat us 10-3 earlier in the year, but we beat them 7-1. Another win. Just 2 more. Come on, 50 in March. Nope. But that's okay. We get the overtime loss anyways. There's 50 wins. So 15-19-10. A really good record. I'm honestly, I don't even want to say really good. I want to say amazing record for right now. Come on, 50 games, that's 100 points guaranteed. 10 overtime losses, that's another 10 points. We lose the last game to the Oilers, but it doesn't matter. We still finished with 52 wins on the season. So we're going to go ahead and stop here and just review the season, kind of what happened and what went down, and just get through it, really. So we finished 52, 20, and 10. It's a nice record, nice even zeros there. You can see Brendan Saad with 98 points, a big signing. So Edmonton actually did do better than us. They just won more games. We just took too many overtime losses. But I'm not really complaining with our season. We did very well still. Third in the entire NHL. If we go to who did the worst here? So Edmonton was the best. Washington, surprising. Wow, Washington was terrible. 30 points. That is brutal. They must have had some injuries or something. I really want to look through, actually, now that I say that. I'm going to look through Washington's lines and just see who they have on their team. I mean, that's terrible. 30 points and the next team gets like 65. They must have had I guess Ovechkin left, so there goes half of your team, right? Let's check it out. Oh, yeah, that's a brutal team. That is past Vrana, Braxton, and Burakovsky. I mean, if you have a 75 on your second line, what are you doing? A 68 in the NHL, man? I could have loaned them NHL players that would have been better. Oh, my goodness. This is probably the worst team I think I've ever seen. Their best defenseman is a 79. I'm scared to see who they have in net. I mean, it's probably... Oh, my goodness. No wonder this team lost 30 games. They had yellows everywhere. They had like 4 players over 80 overall. That is brutal. I want to see what their stats after. Their team stats probably terrible. But yeah, I mean, Washington, what are you doing? That's are you kidding me? 30 points? I've never seen that. That's so bad. So goals for per game. They're last by a lot. We were first. That's nice to see. Oh my goodness, they let in 4.5 goals per game. That's so bad. We weren't up there really too much for goals against, but that's not our strong point. We score goals. That's what we do. We have a good offense. Power play, we weren't up there. Actually, sorry, this is the going down. So it seemed like Washington didn't even have that bad of a power play. Our power play was decent down there. If we look at penalty kill, we were definitely up there. Washington, probably not. 66%. That is just terrible. That is brutal. I don't think I've ever seen any team with that bad of a season. I mean, in terms of power play, percentage, penalty kill. So if we look through, we had Granlund, who was a point per game. Definitely justifies his, now that it seems like, small $5.4 million contract. Brendan Saad, I mean, I can't ask more. He scored 98 points. That's ridiculous. Brock Besser gets a 63-point season, but he's got 33 goals. That's huge. Ulf Hanula, the guy who came out of nowhere, 6th round, all of a sudden just jumps up. He's an 83. Bo, 57 points. Uolevi, he couldn't keep up the pace. I guess he got injured. But still, 51 and 66 is pretty good. Elias Pettersson, 50 points. All these guys scoring 40 points is very clutch. That's what I like to see. Justin Schultz, Reed Boucher. I mean, these guys still scored 30 points, and they're on the 4th line here. So, just shows you that we scored a lot of goals this season, basically, is all I can say. We had, 4 guys with over 20 goals. How many people with 15, right? Even a defenseman got 15 goals for us. Looking at the goalies now. Oh, wow. It seems Demko has been injured quite a lot, and Halak stepped up to the plate. I mean, maybe we could have done better if Thatcher was in there, but still not complaining. Well done. Well done, Yado. He definitely, these old goalies, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the poise that they have. Actually, that's probably what it is. I bet if you look at his poise, 85. His is 85. What's Demko's? Demko's is 75. So that could be why Halak plays much better. Or, Craig Anderson played much better in the Stanley Cup playoffs last year. So there you go. McDavid again with a 100-point season. That's good. Nice to see. That's how it should be. Him getting the most points. John Tavares. A lot of good players. Brendan Saad, he came 5th. The highest winger, actually. Beat out Tarasenko, who scored 60 goals. That's ridiculous. Ovechkin down there I saw with 85 points. He's on the Vegas Golden Knights. I hope he doesn't do too much gambling down there. But otherwise, Malkin's got 57. That's nice. This is good to see that the right players are getting a lot of points. If we go into plus minus, Scheif's, Ehlers, Line, that looks like a very good line. I mean, a 92, an 89, and a 94. Come on. Pool party with McDavid and Draisaitl. These lines are getting really good in the NHL now. Hosang, he's an 86. That's good for top 6. And if we go into goalies, how did they do? Who's the best? Cam Talbot. Yep, that's expected. And in terms of goals, save percentage, Craig Anderson, there he is up there again. Plays on a good team. He's got, I don't know what it is with this guy, but he must be glitched. He just plays amazingly. Braden Holtby not with the Caps, probably why they're doing so bad. But we didn't have a goalie. If we had one of these goalies, we could probably be doing amazing right now. But we don't, unfortunately, and that's just how it is. But if we go ahead to Washington and see their stats, who do they have? Who scored even for that? I guess Backstrom got so many points, but after that, this just falls off so fast. Pylon, nothing. Mullenstein, nothing. These guys all played terrible. Oh my gosh, negative 68? Are you kidding me? How do you do that bad? Negative, everyone was a negative on this team, except for this Timmins guy, who was very lucky. But I mean, a negative 68. Come on, man, that's terrible. If we look at their goalies, oh my goodness, this is terrible. They all are oh my gosh. I feel bad for these guys. They could not do anything. Literally could not do anything. I wish I could just help them out, honestly. But anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. Thank you guys for watching.